television, iconic cast members, and guest hosts took to the stage for some classic sketches like Black Jeopardy.
Speaking of church, can I say something? If more folks went to church, we wouldn't be in this mess we're in now.
You know what? I agree with you, Doug. I'd like to shake your hand, sir. Here we go.
No,
Oh, no.
like that.
Oh, no. It's just a handshake. Yeah, it's just a handshake. Yeah, all right. You're welcome in Black Jeopardy anytime.
All right. Well, thank you, my brother. Maybe I'll start a show for you to come on, and we'll call it White Jeopardy.
No, we don't need it.
Now, some conservatives...
It's not that funny. But, look, I'm not going to be that person that's like, oh, my God, this is the worst thing ever because, believe me, there's way worse mockeries of Christianity out here. So that isn't the worst thing. But, of course, the view is going to, the view is going to be on the side of, there's no side. This is not that deep. But the view sees nothing wrong with any of this stuff, right? So, anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. But, of course, here, look, you don't have to see anything wrong with it, right? Because there's nothing wrong with it, right? You're being extra if you think something's wrong with it. But Sonny Hostin takes it too far, as usual.
The viewers were not laughing at that part. They thought, I guess they thought this was new. There was a new addition, but this is a callback. He's been on several times in this character.
But the fact remains that they're making anyone who voted for Trump look like a racist, and that's why they're mad.
Well, my biggest issue with this...
And I personally would never do that because I don't believe that any group is one thing. A lot of these people, in my opinion, have been misled. They thought that grocery prices would come down. They're up. They thought inflation was coming down. It's up. They thought that Medicaid was safe. It's not. They thought Social Security was safe. It's not. So it's not only...
And they think it's funny. Look, there's a lot going on in the administration right now. There really is. But I don't need to hear it from Joy Behar, right? Joy Behar thinks this is hilarious. Like, Trump supporters, they get what they want. They were misled. I'm not going to think one group is anything, but I'm still going to call them. They were misled. The whole group was misled and dumb. A lot of people didn't want to be under the leftist rule anymore. How about that? Like, I abstained my vote this year because, like I said, last year, I know the machine, I understand how the country runs. And I feel like on both sides that Americans deserve way better, not necessarily of the person, but this infrastructure that we have. But that's a whole different story, right? But I remember the feeling of being like, yo, man, we got to get Trump back in because, this is going to work, that's going to work or whatever, because the left isn't the greatest. Don't sit here and act like the left did anything any better. They didn't.
Racism that caused Trump to be in office. We have to remember that. So of course they're going to be insulted. Yeah, we were insulted by Bill O'Reilly when he had a broad stroke on Muslims in the same way. Yeah. It's the same thing. And if they can do it to them, they can do it to us.
I have a different take, though. I have a different take on that.
We know you do. And she always says, I can't stand what she does. She has this ghetto at the characteristics of just kind of little mannerisms. I'm just gonna scratch my ear. I have a different take on that. It's just, girl, here we go. So here we go. We know you have a different take. Joy, I don't know what made her have that take. I'm actually shocked. But let's go ahead.
Because, as Whippy said, Tom Hanks joined the sketch, bringing back the character of Doug, because the first Doug was in a 2016 sketch. And in fact, that was the most popular installment of Black Jeopardy, was with Doug as the Trump supporter in 2016. I think it's a very subversive sketch, in fact. It's about Black culture being American culture. And so when you have the regular Jeopardy, it's basically the white Jeopardy. That already exists, because I've been on it and lost.
So
this
what does that mean? So tell me, guys, by the way, please don't forget the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. I don't understand this world where you could live in white or black, the white Jeopardy, the Black Jeopardy, the white Jeopardy. Bro, what does that even mean? So I guess what I'm asking here is look, okay, so she makes that statement, right? In the 80s, I remember watching Jeopardy with my family. Okay, maybe it was, late 80s, early 90s. We would watch Jeopardy as a family. We would get like, little snacks and stuff, and we'd watch Jeopardy as a family. I didn't know what I was watching, but my dad was there, so that's all I cared about, right? Like, Dad came home from work, and we're doing a family thing. And I remember those lovely moments, okay? Alex Trebek was part of my life. I didn't know it was white Jeopardy. Wow, what a sad existence.
In 2018, you had Chadwick Boseman on, and the fact that he refused to shake the host's hand, that has happened before. Do you remember when the senator refused, the senator's husband that was being
refused to shake Kamala.
Sworn in, he refused to shake her hand. So I felt that it was very subversive. I felt that it was a sort of a callback to that.
Can I just do a less?
So how do you know it was about racism? Maybe he just don't like her. It was a callback to that. That's what they remember it being a callback to. He probably didn't like her and didn't want her to shake her hand. I'm not making excuses for everything, but are we serious? Like, it was a callback because they didn't shake Kamala's hand. Sonny is a very just a divisive, weird creature. Okay.
Found thing. If you watch the sketch, Eddie Murphy did Tracy Morgan better than Tracy Morgan. Just Tracy Morgan. That was all in that sketch. And my problem with it was when it went from that pinnacle of hilarity when I was rolling on the ground, it was just the Tom Hanks part died a little. So it was more like as a high critic of comedy and a consumer, I was like, end with Eddie Murphy. Like, it was so brilliant.
See, I loved the ending with Tom Hanks. So it appealed to us in different ways.
I thought we were talking about our favorite moments from SNL 50. I'm not prepared properly for this.
That was my favorite moment.
Okay.
She doesn't like her, just so you know. Never forget that. You will always see she gives her snide looks, everything. She can't help it. It is on her face. Like, she thinks that, Alyssa is like a Becky, that type of thing. Like, look at this Becky girl. Like, here she go talking again. She's only here because this, that, and the third or whatever. Like, that, you could feel it. You can always feel it.
The skit was a callback. I remember the original. I thought the original was funnier, just to be honest, but I personally think the outrage over it is a little overblown. I would like to play my favorite clip, though, from the entirety of the SNL weekend that we had. Clip.
What do you think is the biggest obstacle facing young comedians today?
The same obstacle that's been facing comedians forever, being funny. Sometimes you're funny and sometimes you're not.
Okay, so we could just move on. Because I really don't even care. Because Whoopi's not the same person she used to be, And the fact is, if Whoopi would have had any type of integrity, how she would have at least answered the question like Bill Maher. I am not saying that I'm the biggest fan of Bill Maher. Like, oh my God, Bill Maher's so based. He's so based. He's, Bill Maher's got it. He's got it going on and this, that, and the third, and he knows what's going on. He's so based. People get so excited about Bill Maher. But I will say this. He keeps it at least real about the fact that in comedy, you can't say too much now because there are people who get offended over everything. And he talks about it all the time, and he's tired of it. And it does get on his nerves. And I can understand that. This girl says about that's the only problem is being funny. That's not, because there's a lot of funny jokes you can tell out here, but you better be careful not to tell them against certain groups or else you get in trouble, right? So that's an issue. That is an issue. Look at this, though. I'm telling you that this right here encompasses her feelings towards Alyssa Farah. I didn't even mean to stop it at this moment, but that's just what it is. But the whole thing with SNL, like I said, I didn't know that there was white Jeopardy. That was something new for me to find out. Wow, and that's how they live. Everything's black, white, black, white. That is a very lame existence. Again, like, I just, feel like this is all that's on your mind. Like, really, Sonny, you don't have anything else the callback, he didn't shake her hand. It does make her look dumb that he didn't shake her hand. I don't think it's because he doesn't shake black people's hands, but it does make it look dumb. But I don't think that SNL was thinking about Kamala not getting her hand shaked when they did that clip. I could be wrong, but here's my thing. I'm just going to keep it real. I feel like it's always, y'all already know. I'll just put it this way. It's like He could have did and I'll make it brief. He could have did the MAGA thing, right, and said something else like, "Well, Trump is the winner, and he's going to make America great again," and something. Do you know how we could make this country a better place is if we made America great again. Trump is the president, so now it's going to be better, right? And then it could be funny. What's so funny about him saying if everybody went to church, this country would be a better place? Why is that like a joke? Because I thought this country was founded as a Christian nation. It's not a Christian nation now, but why is that a joke to make? Like, here, go to church and we have a better country. That gets on my nerves, right? But we know we couldn't be. All right. Couldn't say nothing about Israel, though. All right. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.